Yeah. U.P.K shit, man. One West. Hey. I'm a U.P.K nigga, I'm stuck in my ways. That's on them, letting cowards fill up they ranks. Goddamn, lost tribes got them following waves. Loyalty a lifestyle, nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'ma say, no, New Orleans is going up. Next spot, we at the B&B. I'm turned up, I pull up in the SRT. Burning rubber, hey, U.P.K shit. Look, met her at the club, told her pull up to the lobby. She know I'm in the coat, we're all black, no Illuminati. This my other half shit, I can't move without it. These my motherfucking brothers, yeah, what I'm gonna do without them, yeah. If it's beef, I can't wait to sink my teeth in. Niggas going overboard, they off the deep end. Why you tripping off that hoe? That's some weak shit. Told him put me in the game cause I love defense. Yeah, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Yeah, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, I ain't gotta settle, I got options, ma. No, I stand on business, my name not Jazar. I'll pop you with this pocket rock. Feed a nigga shells like a taco truck. Hey, this bitch got sound effects. It go pew pew pew. I ain't tripping on no drink, got bottles in the room. I'm in Durham, North Carolina, bitch, it's 12 a.m. Look at them, they ain't none of us and we ain't them. I told him put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog. Hey, she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog. Hey, she say she find me interesting. Want me to call, yeah. U.P.K shit, man, you already know what it is. It's the 55th annual Passover, man, turn up. We gonna do this shit the U.P.K way, not the other way. You hear me?
Yeah, I'ma try to hit this shit. Alright. Check it out. Nigga, I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hurt. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, I ain't never fold. Nah, I followed orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when that counsel wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted, I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent, reaching in my pockets and I'm only coming up with lint. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent. I put it down for my brothers, didn't spare no expense. If I ever got bent and caused an offense, please forgive your brother, Lord, that ain't what I meant. See that brotherhood a weapon, a fight against deception. When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got. Sorry, baby girl, if I ever broke your heart. Man, mistakes that I made, don't know if they'll fade. Moving with a heavy heart, got me living with the pain. Take away the shame, wash away the stain. Praying to the Lord for the days I was Cain. Sheesh.
Yeah, keep going. We good. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Baking soda's only 99 cents.
pressure that comes with the block. You could end up inside of a box when you get your knob buzzed by a op after getting set up by a thought. Opportunity, it doesn't knock. No, that sound right there be the cops. Yep. And all of that stress that we talking still beats punching the clock. You think I wanna sweep your floor from 8 to 4? Fuck, I wanna take your orders for when your favorite star got an Audemars that's worth more than mama's car. Type of shit make you wanna say fuck the law. When your rent's due and your piss poor, nigga, we don't even own our own corner store. So quarter waters cost a quarter more, huh? Wanna be an entrepreneur? We want sign checks. We want work for ourselves. We want on the nets. You're too much of a threat when you're on your own assets. So the only thing they show us is how to be an outlet. So we won't connect. Let's say hi like hola. Listen to Hova. Whip up a Rover. Been watching Power. Tommy and Ghost, bruh. So I need some powder. Fish scale and soda for 99 cents.
It's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. It's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Yeah. You see, the money is a motive. Repeat my history, crack cocaine is like the motif. It's plain and simple, way back then my mother hustled. It's in my blood, so I feel like it's time to grind. Just like the times when niggas lied. Hold up, back then was the bad days. Motherfuckers push mad weight, I was a crack baby. Tell me nothing about my mother and the struggle. See, I love it in this fucking trying to smoke when she hustle. Selling everything in the house, goddamn. She ain't give a damn about the spouse, goddamn. So my oldest brother had to man up, had to take care of us in the piece with 4 kids. And one on the way with no clip, no food in the fridge, on some post shit. Got food stamps from the neighbors. Ty work, he ain't ask no favors. Late night, he was shot bodegas. Over bread and some meat, some mayo. Kool-Aid had about 4 flavors. And when Ty went to cash out, Aki lashed out. Told him he'd take food stamps. $15 for that kid, fuck all that shit. Then the young nigga noticed that it could be the coldest. Take back what they owed us. Whole world on the shoulders. No food in the kitchen but the stove work. $10 in the sack and he pointed to the back, say, let me get that soda. 99 cents. It's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. It's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Yeah.
So let me get this shit straight. So I gotta go take out loans to go to school, to get a job, just to pay for the loans I took out in the first place. I'm looking at this arm and hammer like I should have a hammer in my arm right goddamn now. Shit ain't make no sense. Lord, make it make sense. Goddamn.
Baking soda's only 99 cents. Hey, it's hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Only 99. Hard to repent when you gotta pay rent. Baking soda's only 99 cents. Make it make sense, oh, make it make sense. Baking soda's only 99 cents. I said I'm doing what I gotta do. I said I'm moving how I gotta move. First dream, get the cream, what I gotta do. I ain't even did shit yet, and they say I'm right. First off, I've been through way too much, so I don't say too much. I be doing my thug dizzle. Really, I tried to warn these niggas about the storm. Really, this shit been calm, but they loving me off a dress. I feel like I'm really taking shit in stride. I put my ego aside and utilizing my drive for the better. I strive for the cheddar, stay alive, keep your head up. Nobody said it'd be easy. Believe me, I get fed up too. Some folks be evil, but don't let them get the best best of you. When you a soldier for the law, niggas detesting you. I take 2 steps, wiggle, wiggle, and bounce the evil off me. They wishing death upon me, nigga, I seen the coffin. Death never scared me, too scared to live life. Told me I couldn't do many things I did twice. I knew I'd see the top since a child, but I feared heights. Pessimism and lack of confidence had me some weird nights. Clairvoyance and hella deja vu. I heard God said I'm changing, and he told me to be still. I wish I could pretend, but I only could be real. I serve nobody but Christ and his Father, to be clear. Generational curses kiss my ass. Long as I'm on this earth, then I know they will get the bad. I know one day it'd be worth it, so I won't even be mad. All the shit that I went through for purposes in the past. Facts. That's why I'm doing what I gotta do. That's why I'm moving how I gotta move. First dream, get the cream, what I gotta do. I ain't even this shit yet, and they say I'm proud of
I ain't gonna answer me none of these motherfuckers out here, man. You feel me? No. But don't you fucking try me. Don't ever fucking try me, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm a cool ass nigga at heart, but hey. I never fucked on one who had it coming, and you still tryna play me. The last will be first and the first will be last, and they still won't fade me. It'll lean on me. Lean on me. Baby, lean on me. You lean on me like she a bite. Baby girl lean on me all through the night. Baby girl lean on me, she like the life. Baby girl lean on me like my damn gun do, yeah. Hey, they cracker looking for us. They say they plotting on y'all. I promise we all alert. That's for my whole team and my squad. When I go around, keep the air. Bitch, I might put the bomb in the car. They looking trying to find the flow. Put the ball, I told the world is ours. They cracker be looking, they cracker be talking. It's always a comment to us. It's always online, cause we in the street, so we see them walking this sex. Yeah, we the old person, they know it. I strap up the team, they know it. Pussy, you shrinking, we growing. I never fought no one who had it coming, and you still tryna play me. The first will be last and the last will be first, but that money won't faze me. I gave you love, the sauce and the swag. My trust so crazy. This for my soldiers grinding out them trenches. Don't let these motherfuckers phase it. Just lean on me. Hey, lean on me. Just lean on me. Don't promise to catch you. Just lean on me. I got you. Tell me about the damn shit. Tell me how police searching for a switch. Tell me about the damn war. Tell me trying to blame you and then you know. Tell me about the damn flicks. Tell me how police try to make a rinse. This shit crazy out here, man. I'm trying to tell you, I promise I ain't lying. Nigga know what it did. Nigga know what it does. No kind of fit. Nigga wanna hate the frustration. Nigga, they tired, they wasting.
These laws can deliver us, man. Right. They can bring us back to our nation, man, to our identity, to our strength. And they for sure brought us back to our brotherhood. Right. Because your king wasn't no bitch. That's right. Your king wasn't no punk. Your king, when the battle started, your king stepped in the battle first. Right. He said, I'm gonna take the first step. And I'm gonna let y'all go on and handle it from there. He said, you're gonna do more than me. Y'all say YAHANNA crazy. I'm telling you, I'm gonna fly.
Heaven is where is the place that blacks and Hispanics finally get to rule. Finally get to be in charge. Finally get to be rich and watch our oppressors suffer for what they've done. That's why we gave up murdering people. That's why we gave up selling drugs. That's why we gave up being evil and wicked to one another, because we knew the reward that we had to come.
I never fought no one who had it coming, and you still tryna play me. The last will be first and the first will be last, and they still won't fade me. Better lean on me. Just lean on me.
Aren't you part of the Cuban crime wave?
What you talking crazy for? I'm a political refugee here, okay? So take it easy. Don't talk crazy.
Sorry. I didn't know you were so sensitive about your diplomatic status.
Hey, coño, man, what is your problem, baby? Huh? You got a problem? Because you're good looking, you got a beautiful body, beautiful legs, a beautiful face, man. All these guys in love with you, man. Only you got a look in your eye like you haven't been fucked in a year.
Hey, Jose. Who I when and how I fuck is none of your business, okay?
Now you're talking to me, baby. That I like, okay? Keep it going.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Now, Shaw, bro. Now, you know you dead ass wrong, bro. Where the brotherhood at, man? I've been actually get on your album for the longest. You make it seem like this music shit is something hard, bro. This shit's simple. Watch this. Check this out. Come back to me, baby. Come back to me, baby. See, bro, look, it ain't that hard, bro. I could have did that hook and everything, and you think that shit jumping now, bro? You just ain't got no faith in me, man. If you think you could do it better, show me.
Yeah. Man, these niggas talk hard like this, act like they up the switch whole time, and they won't even diss. DNA checked, found that you make it look easy. Yo, I did my earnest through the furnace, deadlifting all my burdens, pay tithes on all my earnings. I hate fake Jews like Germans. Got a bad bitch that's fertile, keep her wetter than a squirtle. War scars and golden girdles. Get that shit poppin' like colonels, nigga. Cause I'm running with the generals. Out here in these streets, I be talking shit in general. But if the truth hurts, nigga, wear that bitch. Crib niggas out here and they mad I'm rich. I got 4 wives, nigga, better than a bitch. And they all wanna share that dick. I'ma probably get checked for that shit, but I just wear the crown and what comes with it. I go rip hard and I go dumb with it. Man, this rap shit, I thought that you was done with it. Man, I just pop up and have fun with it. So who want it? If you want it, you could come get it. And if you stepping up, then you better come with it. Cause I've been about that action. God raised me a captain at the foot of the Baptist, and you know I get active. Niggas know I get active. In my father's house, I'm trying to find me a mansion. Flip my pennies, don't mean expansion. My hammer kick them out if these niggas is lacking in sincerity and that true zeal and passion. Better check it in my city before I catch you slacking. Better run me that cover before I let you back. And it's the home of the truth, that's the end of the cap. And it's the end of the world, new beginning is happening.
Yeah. UPK shit, man. 1 West. Hey. I'm a UPK nigga, I'm stuck in my ways. That's on them, letting cowards fill up they ranks. Goddamn, lost tribes got them following waves. Loyalty a lifestyle, nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm a saint, no New Orleans, it's going up. Next spot, we at the B&B. I'm turned up, I'll pull up in the SRT. Burn a rubber, hey, UPK shit. Look, met her at the club, told her pull up to the lobby. She know I'm in the coat, we're all black, no Illuminati. This my other half shit, I can't move without it. These my motherfucking brothers, yeah, what I'm gonna do without them, yeah. If it's beef, I can't wait to sink my teeth in. Niggas going overboard, they off the deep end. Why you tripping off that hoe? That's some weak shit. Told him put me in the game cause I love defense. Yeah, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Yeah, bounce on, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce on, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, I ain't gotta settle, I got options, ma. No, I stand on business, my name not Jazar. I'll pop you with this pocket rock. Feed a nigga shells like a taco truck. Hey, this bitch got sound effects. It go pew pew pew. I ain't tripping on no drink, got bottles in the room. I'm in Durham, North Carolina, bitch, it's 12 a.m. Look at them, they ain't none of us, and we ain't them. I told him, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, ayy, let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Ayy, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog. Ayy, she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call. Put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, ayy, let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Ayy, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog. Ayy, she say she find me interesting. Want me to call, yeah. U.P.K shit, man, you already know what it is. It's the 55th annual Passover, man, turn up. We gonna do this shit the U.P.K way, not the other way. You hear me? Yeah. Talk to me. Played the horn of the Lord and served other gods. Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible, they say a white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays from white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even see my closest family half the time. Going out ain't an option, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. Kyrie tweeted a book they sell on Amazon, owned by the same folks that told them to apologize. Remember slaves couldn't read, wasn't allowed, so it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murdered us with the sword, that's how we learned religion. Community standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from my heritage under these bastards. Life a bitch, they make up lies and give you public lashes. I understand they confused by who the devil is. Why my people get so mad when I tell them this? Valley of dry bones, my niggas skeletons. It's hectic out there, hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's what my weapon is. And I never let these crackers take it from me. Real talk, you probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful, cause that thing you love, it'll cost you your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
Yeah.
Cause we build this shit
Nigga,
on
I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one, niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hurt. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, I ain't never fold. Follow orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when the council wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted, I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent. Reaching in my pockets, only coming up with lint. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent. I put it down for my brothers, ain't spared no expense. If I ever got bent, caused an offense, please forgive you, brother, Lord, that ain't what I meant. See that brotherhood a weapon, fight against deception. When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got. And I'm sorry, baby girl, if I ever broke your heart. Man, mistakes that I made, don't know if they'll fade. Moving with a heavy heart, living with the pain. Take away the shame, wash away the stain. Praying to the Lord for the days that I was Cain. Sheesh.
Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood.
Yeah. work hard like this, act like they up the switch whole time, and they won't even diss. DNA check, found that you make it look easy. Yeah, I did my earnest through the furnace, deadlifting all my burdens, pay tithes on all my earnings. I hate fake Jews like Germans, got a bad bitch that's fertile, keep her wetter than a swirtle, war scars and golden girdles. Get that shit poppin' like colonels, nigga. Cause I'm running with the generals. Out here in these streets, I be talking shit in general. But if the truth hurts, nigga, wear that bitch. Crib niggas out here and they mad I'm rich. I got 4 wives, nigga, better than a bitch. And they all wanna share that dick. I'ma probably get checked for that shit, but I just wear the crown and what comes with it. I go rip retarded, I go dumb with it. Man, this rap shit, I thought that you was done with it. Man, I just pop up and have fun with it. So who want it? If you want it, you could come get it. And if you stepping up, then you better come with it. Cause I've been about that action. God raised me a captain at the foot of the Baptist, and you know I get active. Niggas know I get active. In my father's house, I'm trying to find me a mansion. Flip my pennies, domain expansion. My hymen kick them out if these niggas is lacking in sincerity and that true zeal and passion.
Hey, Shalom. Abashim Yashai Barakatah.
Yabashim Yashai Barakatah. Barakatum.
Shalom, Yabashim Yashai Barakatah. How is things, bro? How was the journey?
Shalom, Adawaniam. Yabashim Yashai Barakatah.
How was the journey? Like it freeze.
Gone.
All right, Shalom, Hebrew. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run today by Commanding General YAHANNA, the man of the rank, the authority to be the leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans at this time. Yahweh Shem Yahshai Barakatah to the brothers, Yahweh Shem Yahshai to the sisters. Welcome to our Sunday afternoon scripture breakdown class. All right, on the topic again.
Topic is the history of the Chinese in Jamaica.
History of Chinese. We're getting on the Chinese case, because the Chinese keep getting on our case.
Right. Salakia.
Right.
Officer Araya Allah. Me see 2 icons for you. All right, can it look? Me see you now. You're good?
Khan on Khan. Tawab, sir.
All right, can. All right, Salakia.
Try to get some more on the volume. All right, so y'all hearing me fine?
Can. Loud and clear, sir.
You heard me fine, Officer Araya?
All right, look like he might have some technical difficulties.
All right, now, that's the basis for our duty, when things that are, what's the proper word now, disturbing or untruth that has been cast in the direction of our people, who are the Israelites of the Bible. When things are cast in our direction, we who know better, we who are the guardian of the truth,
right,
have to dispel these lies. We already have the lies of the various lies being told by Christianity already. Right. But now, we have the lies, the nations themselves now telling lies on us. I mean, they observe some things and they spin it their way because they are saying, all right, you know, I would have done this a different way. So, you know, they use it and tell lies on it. Now, one of the lies that was told on us is, you have the video already, right?
Got one cancer.
One of the lies that was told on us is, again, by the Chinese. It's not by, but where the other one named Kirk?
Ghetto Kirk, got one can.
It's not by Ghetto Kirk or by Su Young, who most times those are the ones who, you know, cast some assertions on blacks without realizing that, you know, these are destroyed set of people.
Right.
You know, they realize it, you know, but without acknowledging it. You know, what these communities, various communities, are seek to do is, rather than to either leave you to fix yourself or to assist you to fix yourself, what they have done is to exploit your battered status. Chinese is no different.
Right.
Right? No different. All right, now pay the tip.
Got one can.
It is maximum volume.
So that, yeah, that's the maximum volume, sir.
No other race in the world more stupider than black people, and that's why black people is to the bottom of every economic ladder in the world, and they will never rise up. He told me, he said, you know, this is a black country, and in this black country, a Chinese or any other ethnicity, any other race of people, whether it's Indian, Chinese, Arabs, and even on, saying that they can come into a black country and they can set up a business next to a black person in a black country, and with the help of the black people, they will put the black man out of business in a matter of weeks. When he highlighted the fact that black people are stupid, I was involved. But when he explained it to me, I must agree. For another ethnicity to come to our land and tell us that we are the stupidest set of people that has ever walked the face of the earth, we would argue again, but it's a fact. Because you can set up a store no matter what your prices are. Once the Chinese are selling next to you, the Chinese will shop with the Chinese. If you set up a business, the same applies to the Indian. Indians will first shop with Indians. Europeans will shop with Europeans. Black people are the only race of people who will spend their money with another race of people who don't like them or who don't care about them. So I must agree with the young Chinese man. We are so far in that situation the stupidest set of people that has ever walked the face of the earth.
All right, so the one who was talking was African.
Can, sir.
All right, so the African was agreeing with the Chinese that black people is one of the stupidest set of people to walk the face of the earth. Now, and saying black people, the only disadvantage with us now, you know, because many of us skin color is so close to them, the Africans. People mistaking us for them.
Right.
But the thing is, when we were getting into slavery, the entire world knew us different. Right? Because they were the ones who were hunting us and selling and kidnapping us and selling us off to these ships. Now, what they are saying, you know, a Chinaman can come in a country and set up business beside a black store And in a matter of weeks, it closed it down. Well, two things about that. One, that's warfare. So, you know, competition warfare. In other words, he come in your environment, not with a view to be harmonious in that environment, so to speak. Not with the view that, all right, I'm going to exist. Let us coexist in these environments. They don't come in your environment with a coexistence way of thinking. They come into your environment with a dominating way of thinking.
Right.
That's one. Two, they come in our environment organized as a people. They didn't go through the things that we go through.
Right.
Many of our people try to talk about, but all nations, all races have gone through some oppression, has gone through oppression. But I challenge anybody who think that way to show me the nation of people who has gone through the oppression that has wiped off their existence from their memory. Show me such oppression.
Right.
Palestinian has been going through oppression since 1948. As a matter of fact, before that, before 1940, they have been, but it intensifies after or during that time when the Jewish man actually set foot down there. And guess what? How many years ago that now? Some 50 odd years, right? No?
About 70 or
70,
80.
70 odd years. Right. And guess what? Palestinians still know that they're Palestinians, ain't it?
Right.
Even the ones who, yeah, some of them born out in Jamaica here because their parents came out here. They know they are Palestinians. Many of them came from, we have even some Lebanese who came out here. And guess what? Their children still know that they are Lebanese.
Right.
But you talk to us now, Jamaican, black Jamaicans, you will get stupid things like you'll get stupid things like me a Jamaican. They can't put it the furthest they can put it, you might hear some say, they're African. Right? But these Africans in Jamaica won't just say, I'm talking those who migrated from the continent and come to Jamaica. They won't tell you, they won't say, I'm African, and leave it at that. They will say, I'm an Ethiopian, I'm a Nigerian, I'm a Ghanaian. But the Jamaican who was born post-slavery, was his roots gone through slavery, the most you can hear him say, I'm African. And you say, okay, which part in Africa you come from? So even though I'm taking on another identity, he can't pinpoint anything. Every Chinese out there know where in China their roots come from. Their people ensure that they know. Every Chinese out here is not called, they're not even called they're not even called Jamaicans. They call them Chinese. Right? Most times them tell them that, oh, they're Jamaican, and Jamaican from my birth certificate, you know, things like that. But to say that, you know, we are the stupidest set of people, that's incorrect. To say that we are the most destroyed set of people, that's the more, that's it, that's the correct term. Because indeed, we are a destroyed set of people. That's just the thing. We are so destroyed that we do believe that out of many is one. The Chinese don't believe that. The Indian man don't believe that. Oh, you know they don't believe that. When it comes down to the nitty-gritty, and when it comes down, when the SHIP hits the fan in whatever way, economically or whatever way, they always go back to their people.
God.
The Palestinians who were born in Jamaica, when some of them demonstrating the other day, right? Some were migrants, and I'm sure they have children. Those migrants would have children. When they demonstrating for Palestine. How long ago was that video?
I think approximately about a month ago.
Approximately a month.
All
right. So they were there demonstrating because they know who they are.
Right.
So, I mean, we are so destroyed that we can't even say, you know, stop fighting over our land.
Gun.
We are not, we don't even know that is our land.
Gun. And so like, yeah, if I may, you know what I mean? The same, you know what I mean, protests will take place where they want our people partaking. You know what I mean? The video, the audio play a while ago is proof that we should not join anybody's protest. You understand? Because guess what? While we are joining them protests and I pray for them, see, this is how them respond to our plight. Like what you said, nobody pray for us, nobody, you know what I mean, look upon the, what I call it, look upon us with empathy. See, it's always we are the foolest nation on the face of the earth. Some criticism. You understand? Nobody offer helping hand. So, you know what I mean? We should think about that before we join anybody's protest. You understand? Because nobody now join, you know what I mean? None of our causes. So, like, yeah.
All right. Take me to Micah chapter 3.
Come.
All right. In Micah chapter 3, verse 3. This tells you when these nations, when we accept these other nations within our space. I mean, this is what they do. They come in our space, not with the view of out of many one people. They don't come in our space with the view of let us coexist. Business-wise, they come in our space with this in mind. Micah chapter 3, verse 3.
Khan. The book of Micah chapter 3, verse 3. Who also eat the flesh of my people, and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones, and chop them in pieces, as for the pot, and as flesh within the children.
Now, this is speaking figuratively. The way they treat you is just like you'll be doing this to, you know, a fish or a piece of meat. Right. In other words, to them, you're just a piece of meat. Right? So in other words, you're not a person. You're someone that they can take whatever they want from you. they do not see you as a viable person, someone who is worthy to be in any competition or probably to even be their neighbor or something. Their view of you is business. I can come in this environment, I can set up shop, I can play them, I can take whatever I can get from them. Right? That's how they see us. But that's not the way, that's not the way the Most High see us. The Most High see us as his people.
Right.
All right, you have the thing there already. We're gonna look at the history of the Chinese coming into Jamaica. Because when you look at these things, you look at this is taught to us in school as if these people came to Jamaica with, you get the impression like they come to Jamaica with wealth and so on.
Right.
But what they actually came to Jamaica to do, what they did after the so-called indentured time, I mean, they allowed them to set up shop in Jamaica. They were allowed to set up shop in Jamaica. They did not come here with wealth. They came here with a view to take what you have to better themselves.
Right.
All right? All right, this article now. Right, I'm on the phone now, so I can't see it.
All right.
That much strong. Let's see how much of it we can go through.
Yeah, see it better now?
Yeah, that little better. Settlement of the Chinese in Jamaica. All right, so that good backdrop. All right, so we can go with that. And matter of fact, what's the what call it again? The site, the website that come from.
It's JamaicaTimeline.com.
All right. Now I was searching for the one which give you the history that some of them they were screening them because so as not to get any of them coming out here as criminals. So they put some screening in place and all that. So because you get the impression that they came out here as innocent people with the halo swinging over their head.
Right.
That was never the case. They did come out here with some form of organization, meaning being somewhat organized, because the oppressor who brought them out here as workers did not bring them out here with an intention to destroy their identity. So they were allowed to associate. They had the freedom of assembly, the freedom of association. They had the freedom to congregate. All those were taken from us during slavery. We did not have the right to associate. We did not have the right to congregate with each other. We did not have the right to separate. And to show you that they had the right to separate, after a while, they were able to form the Chinese Benevolent Society, which was able to give aid to their people No, on the same timeline, during that time, our people had not that privilege. We didn't have that privilege. As a matter of fact, in the same article, there's a part in it that is, hope we get to that part, that tell you the wage throughout the British Empire, the wages of the various people, the average wage of the Chinese, the average wage of the blacks, the average wage of the Indians, and so on. And guess who was at the bottom? The very one who was working their back for free in slavery was still at the bottom of the earnings. As a matter of fact, when labor was free, it was only blacks that was on the plantation. Then slavery abolished, and other nations, slavery abolished, and they have to now pay for labor. Then all of a sudden, blacks start get unemployed, and they start saying the labor market should be diverse. It should share. But I mean, these nations, those who did it and those who partake, do they think that all these things are going to go unpunished? Anyways, I will forget to touch those scriptures that show them that they won't be going unpunished. Let us read through this article.
This says, the settlement of the Chinese in Jamaica. Throughout the first half of the 19th century, many Chinese laborers, predominantly men, migrated to the west coast of the United States in search of employment in agriculture, mining, railroad construction, and other low-skilled jobs. Some went south to Panama to work in the Panama Railroad. In Jamaica, the Chinese came in 3 major waves: 1854 to 1884, 1900 to 1940, and the 1980s.
All right, so hold on. The first time they came to Jamaica was in 1854. When did slavery abolish again?
1834.
Wasn't it 1840 something?
So okay, let me get the exact.
Like 1848 or something like that.
Slovakia. Um, 1834, sir.
1830 something. And that was what? 1854, that's what? 20 years later.
Gun.
Right?
Gun.
Huh?
Gun, sir, you hear me?
20, the low, you're very low. So if you're using the mic, you can, pull the mic like a closer to your mouth. So 20 years. 20 years after coming out of slavery, out of approximately 200 years of slavery, 300 and something years of slavery. Right? Well, call it 200 and something. Coming out of the chattel slavery, which is where they are the thing there on you, the chattels, chain. Coming out of that, 20 years later, they bring in the Chinese in our space. So you see where I'm telling you now that they came in our space before we even get the chance to heal.
Right.
In other words, before we even get the chance to stop crying, because 20 years later we were still crying. We were still licking our wounds. We still had nowhere to stay, most of us, because we weren't given land. You weren't given the opportunity to work and possibly buy land.
Right.
You were given slave wage, right? And all the various atrocities. You know how we survive how we as a people survive, even post slavery, how we survive, because we start learning how to survive off the land. That was how many of us survived. Even until today, we learn how to survive off the land. If all right, you migrate from here and you go to New York, you go to any one of the cities the big cities in America. So you can survive off the land, you know. You can survive off what the city has to offer, which is job. So you have to find a job and work. Coming out of slavery, yeah, you might have a job, but you couldn't survive off the job. So you still had to learn how to survive off the land. You raise a pizza, you raise an animal, you plant something, you know, you got a bush, go look, fruits, and so on. So we were still trying to pick up. As a matter of fact, even today, we are still trying to, you still have the trauma of slavery existing in the subconscious of our people today. Right? It doesn't make us stupid, it makes us destroyed. And that's two different words. When you're stupid, you have a mental problem. When you are destroyed, there is hope. You can fix whatever caused you to be destroyed. And that's what, you know, we here in the UPK is doing. We are fixing what has destroyed our people. Right? And, you know, every time I say that, still have to raise my praises to Commanding General YAHANNA, you know, for sticking to it. Even when it came down to basically him alone. Stuck to it. It was no easy feat he went through. When you hear, I still don't know the full thing, but you hear part of his what he got through, you know, his history. He stuck to it. Just so that we can today be able to come up against people like these who are speaking crap against our destroyed people and call them stupid. I mean, what the Palestinians did on October 7th, you could say them stupid, eh? Until now, I don't hear anybody call them stupid. They could say, oh, the stupid to go across there and go do that, and you know that they're going to come mash up the country. They could have said that. People could have said that. I don't hear anybody, all the various news I'm listening to, I don't hear a soul call them stupid. They did what they did because they were getting destroyed.
Right.
Think of you corner a small, say a lizard. Lizard is going to launch back at you. You know. He can't defeat you, you know. But he's going to launch back at you. That's basically what the Palestinians did. We have become so destroyed that we can't even launch back. You understand? We can't even, no matter how old our people is, and they don't have the truth. When they come across things like this, they say, first thing they say, are true, because some of them, they understand them that. In other words, they join with the oppressor to beat down their own people. I don't see the Palestinians doing that. Palestinians went to war because they are a free set of people. So, Mr. Chinaman, when you came to Jamaica, we didn't even have shops, right? Who had the shops and things? It was the whites had most of the business. We were still looking job on these plantations that we were growing on, right? Continue with that, man. Don't take it on.
Can. The first wave was the smallest in numbers and consisted of workers imported for plantation work. The second wave was much larger and consisted primarily of the immigration of businessmen.
All right. So it was not only workers who came to Jamaica. It was what? Mainly what?
Can. The second wave was much larger and consisted primarily of immigration of businessmen.
So in other words, they start to move out some businessmen into Jamaica now.
Can.
What do you think they come out here to do? Those businessmen didn't come to Jamaica to work on the plantation.
Blah.
Those men came out here to see how much they can flay your flesh. They didn't come out here to see how much they can help you to heal. They didn't come out here to see how much they can help you to repair and stop crime. They come out here to see how much of the flesh did the oppressor leave that they could get now from your bone. Continue reading.
Can. 1854. Two groups of Chinese arrived in Jamaica in 1854. The first, a group of 224, traveled from Hong Kong on a ship called I.S.U.P.K and arrived in Jamaica on July the 30th. The second was a group of 197, part of a contingent of 1,042 who had traveled to Panama to work in the Panama Railroad.
All right, so if they went to Panama to work and then now come to Jamaica, they obviously weren't coming here empty-handed. They were coming here with some money in their pocket. Continue.
Can. Being fearful of catching yellow fever, they were sent by the Panamanian Authority to Jamaica in exchange for Jamaican laborers. They arrived on a ship called the Vampire on November 1854.
So, you see, what vampire do? Vampire suck your blood and flay your flesh just the same. So, they came out here to Jamaica to in exchange for some Jamaican laborers. Now, this was the oppressor behind all this, you know. It was you're still in the British Empire because they could have let them remain in Panama, but they were trying to set up the Jamaican middle class. That's what they were doing, you know, setting up the Jamaican middle class, and that middle class was not to come to look job. that middle class must be able to sustain themselves through business. Continue.
And Slakia, if I may too, it seemed like they were traveling with disease because it said the Panamanians were afraid to catch yellow fever, so them decided to swap some of them out for Jamaicans.
Right, yellow fever was, I mean, all these heathen nations, they are plagued with some disease.
Gun.
It's by mixing with us. When I say mix, I mean being amongst us. You know, they learn these cleanliness ways so as not to be plagued by this disease. Because, all right, you check our laws. Our laws tell you that about washing. You wash after you're having sex. You wash before you do this. You wash after you do that, right?
Gun.
There's a lot of washing in our laws. These are laws unto us. Today we take them simple because, I mean, a man just say, oh, be 2 times a day. I may be at least once a day, right? But not knowing that these really come from these laws that the Most High gave unto us. These other nations did not have these laws, so they were there in their dirty, filthy ways, environment, sucking up those dirty, filthy, whatever it is that they are around, and then it was coming out back in disease, just like, what you call it, the COVID. You're eating all these unclean animals, which our laws tell us not to eat. But by mixing with them, you know, getting integrated in their society and them coming in our society, we learn some of them bad ways.
Right.
And many of our clean ways help to get them clean. Because even though we were in slavery, we were not stricken with them kind of disease and things.
Gun.
All right, read that.
Gun. 1864. 10 years later, in 1864, another group of 200 Chinese arrived from British Guyana, Trinidad, and Panama. The last and final group that arrived in the 19th century arrived 20 years later in 1884.
Right. So the last set arrived in 1884 from Panama, right?
Carawan and British Guyana and also Trinidad.
Okay.
No,
I think most of them who came from Trinidad came from the business community as well. All right, read on.
1884. The last group of Chinese laborers arrived in July 1884 from Hong Kong via San Francisco and Panama on a ship called the Prince Alexander. There were a total of 694 passengers that disembarked, 509 men, 109 women, 59 boys and 17 girls. All were laborers destined for estates across the island. The majority.
So they came out here, just like how we would go to America upon farm work. The work is there.
Okay. Right.
So they're not coming to look work, really. They came out here as farm workers to earn some money. When we come off the ship out here, yeah, work was there for us, but no pay was there for you.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we were taking off those ships at nights, right? And many of the ports take you off and put you in a holding area, like our general penitentiary there, so. and you move across land many times underground, right? And you come into the parish, the capital, which was Spanish Town, in chains. Yeah, you were destined for the various plantations across the island, just like the Chinese, but they came out here as free men. Read on.
Right. Can. All were laborers, destined for estates across the island. The majority were headed for estates in St. Thomas and St. Mary, with the remainder heading for Portland, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and Westmoreland.
Right, and they still have those in the records as to where they went and so on and so forth. Maybe if you could get your hands on some deeper records, you could even get the names of who went where. But anyway, that's not the priority today. Priority is some Chinese did come out here to work as free men. Read on.
Right. The terms and conditions were poor. They were paid about $4 for a 12-hour day, working 6 days a week, and were poorly treated. Terms and
so you were saying they were treated poor. Right? So were we.
Right.
We were poorly treated. When you read on, you're going to see that even though they said they were getting $4 a day, they were still getting more than us.
So lucky, if I may, sir, I'm sure they were not beaten to work. You know what I mean? I'm sure they, you know what I mean, they were not forced to, you know what I mean, we call it now, breed with you know what I mean, them own mothers and sisters and all them things there, and them children wasn't fed to alligators or crocodile here in Jamaica.
As a matter of fact, they had the option to, because it was so many men, mainly men who came out here, they had the option to go and find black women to inbreed with.
Right.
Right? They were not, like you would say, forced to inbreed with them own families and so on and so forth. All them trauma and things we went through. They were not forced, they were not punished by whip. They were not punished by you know, being tied in the sun and not being fed. They were not being punished. They didn't go through the punishment that we went through during slavery. And this was like these migrations started as early as 20 years coming out of slavery. Go on.
Terms and conditions for food and shelter and for medical treatment were often violated. They suffered prejudice and injustices, leading to them protesting violently.
Right. So many of the prejudice that they suffered was mainly because they were disease-ridden. Yellow fever, and other kind of disease. So people never want them in the environment. You didn't want them in the environment because you know, so some either a picnic go sick, or you go sick, or your woman go sick. So there was some amount of prejudice.
And slack, yes, sir, if I may. You know what I mean? Some of these prejudice more likely was due to them living them lifestyle, them eating all manner of evil, you know?
Yeah, and because they eat all manner of evil, you know, disease and things take them up.
And this prejudice was not coming from us, black people. It wasn't coming from, you know what I mean, the Israelite. It was coming from the oppressor, You understand?
Well, yes, your person, they get some from us to one because they were in the same workspace as us.
Okay,
All right. They were the kind of people who would be in the building and just spit in the building. A lot of them feel like that even until today. So, you would, yeah, what kind of nasty man this man? Don't come around me, man. Them kind of thing. You would be there on the working environment because these are plantation. We know they eat snail. And a lot of these a lot of these plantation had snails and them. So you would just see them pick up snail. I don't know if they're raw or they cook them, but you would see them eating them. Those things would churn your stomach. You probably would even see them being hungry and, butcher a dog.
Right.
Or a donkey. Yeah, we were on the plantation with them and we would see these things. And it would churn your stomach. So if they want to call that prejudice, well, nah, not so much prejudice. Read on, you're going to see where they inbreed with our women. So, but the majority of prejudice they got would be from them own boss who carry them coming.
Within 2 years of arriving, many had deserted the estate that they were assigned, and by 1891, only 481 per the census data were left on the island. The practice of importing Chinese laborers was later abandoned as a failed enterprise.
What up? All right. Read that again. Let's see.
Can. Within 2 years of arriving, many had deserted the estates that they were assigned, and by 1891, only 481 per the census data were left on the island. The practice of importing Chinese laborers was later abandoned as a failed enterprise. All right, Slacky, I give Sir a minute him so forward. All right.
All right, so they now came in by, I'm being see that, 18. All right, the census that was taken, so 481. Of them remained where? On the plantation.
And the
which means they were elsewhere. No one was looking for them, anyway.
Salakia, on the island, this says 481 remained on the island.
All right, and what happened to the rest?
All right, never indicate. Well, it said, they said they left.
Exactly.
Deserted the estates.
So they had the freedom to do what?
To leave.
To travel. They had that freedom to travel. Many of our people didn't have that freedom. Why? If you could make the decision to travel, you were not paid enough for you to afford a ship fare, a passenger fare, and any one of them ship.
Right.
I understand. So you had to, like they would say, you had to grin and bear it. You had to stain it. And then, where would the majority of us go?
Right.
The majority of us didn't have a clue. We had no place outside of Jamaica that we could have gone to. Many of us would take the chance and go Panama, America, or wherever. Well, they went there blindly. They didn't have a clue what they were going.
Can one can.
Mm-hmm. All right, read on.
Can one can. By the end of the 19th century, a number of Chinese residents had become shopkeepers and over the years had become associated with the grocery trade.
So how come we didn't get that privilege?
Right.
They get involved in shop. They were set up in shops. Read on. Let me see if I tell you more about that.
Can one can. Successful Chinese merchants invited relatives to come to the island where they too over time entered business on their own.
All right. So me now set up a shop and my shop being successful. Yeah, me come and make some money amongst the black people. I never say, all right, I'm going to set up one of them black man if you can do business.
Right.
Or one of them black women that they were sleeping with. Set them up for the business. What did they do? They go back to China for their own people to set up their own people. First, doing some work, and then to eventually be set up in business. Well, today we wouldn't even want that much. Did I send you a thing there with them on the fentanyl trade?
Today?
Huh?
Today?
No, not today.
No, recall, sir.
Probably both.
I think you probably did send me something about the fentanyl, but I don't know if I find that now, sir. If you have the link, just send me.
It would have been in your thing there. But guess what? Chances are it's on this one that I'm using. Let me see something. Hold on. All right. Basically what me getting at. You hear me?
Can one can, sir.
Basically what
All right, it look like sir I have some technical difficulties. You know what I mean? Just give me a minute to jump back in. In the meanwhile, if you're watching, just please click the like, share. If you have a question, just leave it in the chat. You understand? All right, sir, that get in on the fentanyl trade as well too. You know what I mean? Which you're back with us, sir? All right, Slovakia. Which the Chinese, them very, you know what I mean? Them very involved in the drug trade as well, you know what I mean? And also in recent times, they have been very involved in sponsoring criminality here in Jamaica and counterfeiting, you know what I mean? And all of evil. All right, you back with us, sir?
I was hearing you, but it looked like you weren't hearing me.
No, you freeze.
I said, but I was hearing you clear. I was searching for the thing there. The fentanyl. Them on the fentanyl. I found the video. I sent it to you.
All right.
I WhatsApp it to you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think it have the where to find where it starts, the duration. It have the what you call it again? Where you track the video?
The timestamp?
The timestamp. I think it have the timestamp on it. I put it on it.
All right, kind of one can.
All right. But what this is showing, you know, they came out here, like I've always been saying, they came out here organized. As poor as they were organized.
Right.
We weren't. And we were not allowed to. Yeah, the cops and all kind of thing that would bust our ass. And the repercussion from the Morant Day rebellion was felt island-wide. Right? People get locked up right across the island. That was another trauma. Chinese didn't go through that. So even though they were protesting and things because of bad working condition and the plantation and things, the bad working conditions and things wasn't unique to them. We were going through the same things. But how did they know it was a bad working condition? Yes. Huh? Tell me how they know they were in a bad working condition.
I'm still lucky. I never hear where you refer to, sir. We did a search of the video. Repeat where that talk about, sir. Salaki.
I said they were able to protest their bad working conditions during that time. While what I'm saying, how you think they knew that they were in a bad working condition?
Salakia, sir, probably, you know what I mean? Because them free, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Salakia.
They were free men.
One can.
Obviously, we weren't complaining and protesting because what? We were slaves. Probably to we back then, it was a better condition than one we were in. Not probably. It was because then you had freedom. So, you know, you wouldn't be complaining about, you know, not having a proper bathroom. Because you weren't given one during slavery. You wouldn't be complaining about meals because you were not given any during slavery.
Right.
So they were complaining because they were freemen. So they came out here as freemen. Now they read this and they have sympathy on themselves. That is natural. We read this and we are able to dissect it and to tell you that you were free and you came out here organized. Even until now, we have struggles organizing. As a matter of fact, when you ask them for things to help your people through your benevolent society, they are reluctant in giving you.
Right.
Do they give things? Of course they give. They give to the churches, they give to politicians, they give to institutions that they know will hold you in the position that they want you. And they are able to do that because they were organized and they still are organized. All right, continue.
Can. 1900 to 1940s. By the 1943 census, the number of residing Chinese had increased from 481 in 1891 to 6,886. The dramatic increase of the numbers was a result of the second wave of Chinese immigrants. The majority were businessmen, but the number of Chinese women also increased during this wave. The 1920s.
So more businessmen came out and more Chinese women. Continue.
The 1920s and 30s saw the most increase in immigrants. In 1921, 621 Chinese immigrants arrived on the ship, the Kyrgyzstan, were all businessmen. They all gave forwarding address of other businessmen scattered across the 14 parishes. Immigration of Chinese women was encouraged by the English. They wanted to reduce the coupling of Chinese men who had wives back in China with local Jamaican women.
So you see, who was in charge? You see, who was really steering the whole ship? The operator was the one behind it, steering it.
Right.
Hold on a minute. Give a minute. So you see who was behind the whole thing, steering it from behind, the backseat driver. The oppressor was the one who said, all right, you know, them breed up too much with the black woman them. But then can't them wife come back from China. So they were set up in Jamaica, not so much of themselves. They were accommodated by the whites. The whites came, brought them, and put them in our space. So it's not stupid why they can come amongst us and destroy our business. So what they were doing now was preventing intermarriage. It's forbidden by our laws, but these Chinese were doing that because their wives were back home in China. So they were impregnating and making these black women their wives. So they had two wives. One legal, according to the white man law back in China, and one according to common law in Jamaica. They didn't want that because by now blacks mixing with them, what do you think would happen? What do you think would happen if we start mix with them and and the white man don't like that? Why you think he would? What do you think he would be afraid of?
So like we would have benefited off some of the wealth where they would have gone.
Exactly. You going to benefit from some of the wealth that they have. Because these women that they married, they do come out of family, so they would be passing things to their families. So even though they would have some bastard Chinese children, those children not going to be children who is in much league with their father side of family, because their father side of family is all the way back in China. So they were going to be, even though they were Chinese, they were not Israelites. they were going to be more to the mother side. And they would be learning business from them because these are not workers so much, These are no businessmen and things. So you're going to learn from them. Your person don't want that. They want to keep you as a worker. Read on.
Gun. This union had created 5,508 mixed Chinese children by 1943.
All right. So you see, it's much Blackanese. All those were no Blackanese. Continue.
Gun. Over 50% of whom were female. It was not.
So the majority of those offspring were women, not sons.
Right.
But that's the next thing too. Because those women now would not be carrying the seed of the Chinese.
Right.
Them women now probably go married to now black men and produce Israelite seeds. But those children would have learned the business from their father and probably pass on to the husband, the black husband who they're going to take up. Who a few of them would end up taking up black husband. So, this whole keeping this the empire, the British Empire, segregated according to how they want it. The man behind it was still the oppressor.
Right.
Was still the white man. He was the one pushing all this. So these Chinese who look at today and say, but a Chinese man can come in a black man's space and mash up in business. Yeah, you obviously you are better skilled in some kind of warfare because that is warfare, Yeah, that's an economic warfare. You come in my space, and in space of 5 to 10 years, you become the dominant species. It is like they talk about invasive species. Invasive species, that's warfare. When one species invade the space of another one, and then they become dominant. The same thing happening with the Palestinian and the Israelis, the Jewish man. The Jewish man is the invasive species, and he's now becoming the dominant species in that space. And pretty soon, if he's allowed in the entire Middle East. But we have no such privilege as a people. Prior to 1969, as a matter of fact, many of us didn't even know we were black. Many of us thought we were white. Continue.
As a result, wives back in China were encouraged to join their husband in Jamaica. The local grocer, about 64% of Chinese men and 50% of women listed profession related to the grocery trade in 1943 census. A century had passed since the Emancipation Act, and many farmer slaves and their descendants had become wage earners. The demand
we became 100 years after slavery, we become wage earners. We just balance and settle and being wage earners while they were where? They were being businessmen.
Gun.
So they were way ahead of us, right? Because we were destroyed. All right. We want to get on to them now with, all right, which scripture you holding that you can use?
Salakia, I never pull in a scripture yet still. Let me get so. Or if you have any, you can just give me them and we'll just pull them.
Going to the thing there, the fentanyl, them on the fentanyl trade.
Gun.
Coming up to the closing time. You realize why we're bringing up them on the fentanyl trade is that they have always been using, you know, these illegal way of doing business to legitimize business. As a matter of fact, probably if you check it back then, when they were working at the plantation and things, they probably had the bandulu trade running in with the sugar and with the rum of the factories.
Right.
When you look at how they are today, you say, well, maybe they were in some of them little hustling here back then, you know. They are able to set up shop in America, pushing fentanyl, making millions of dollars. Monies which they launder after a while because they are in business and make those monies legal. It could be some of those monies that they have setting up business here in Jamaica.
Gun.
I have an influx of them coming in with their money, buying out property, they buy the land, they build the facilities before they even start any farm of business. No, these were a nation of people who was poor. Where all their money they come from, that they are able to use. I'm sure our government knows, it's just that they are keeping their mouth quiet. But this video now, they're not keeping their mouth quiet in this now because maybe they think, okay, we have enough now. Read on.
With weapons for its war in Ukraine. Well, back here in the United States, an investigation led to a major drug bust at the southern border. Officials say 24 Chinese nationals have been charged with conspiring with Mexico's Sinaloa drug cartel in a money laundering scheme to flood the United States with fentanyl. CBN Washington correspondent Tara Merchner has been following the story. Tara, law enforcement call this case unprecedented.
That's right, John. Federal prosecutors in Southern California say this case is the first of its kind.
All right, so you see what is their aim now? They want to do what? Flood the Americans with fentanyl. Why? Warfare again. Except that now, all along they were practicing warfare, economical warfare against us. We had no one to stand up for us and to remove them from our space. But now, guess what they are doing now? They want to do it against the white man. Play on.
With $50 million worth of drugs exchanged between these two groups.
Millions and millions of dollars are moved in proceeds from the drug sales in the United States back down to Mexico. And wealthy Chinese nationals in this country are given access to virtually limitless supplies of cash.
Prosecutors say the cartel has been using Chinese money launderers to conceal and convert.
Would they say it's been given access to limitless access to cash?
Wealthy Chinese nationals
are given access to cash. It's like they are given a blank check
to
do whatever business they want to do. Which is why methods have, I don't surprise if some of them money then when they set up shop in Jamaica. Yeah, that probably is what is happening. Continue.
This money into Chinese currency. The cartel is using this currency to import goods from China back to Mexico. And that includes precursor chemicals for manufacturing drugs like fentanyl and meth. Law enforcement also seized 300 pounds of cocaine alone. 10,000 fake fentanyl pills were also seized, according to the DEA. Now, this criminal network is said to include an array of Chinese, Mexican, and American men who allegedly work as couriers, money brokers, and traffickers in this elaborate scheme to pick up big amounts of cash from the sale of coke and meth in the LA area and launder that money for the dangerous and major drug cartel. The bust comes amid increased scrutiny of Chinese migrants. Ecuador has suspended visa-free travel for Chinese citizens, citing concerns over an increase in migratory flows from China. Ecuador has become a key transit point for thousands of Chinese migrants headed to the U.S. southern border.
Martinez Reyes couriers in Los Angeles picked up.
Maybe we ourselves might have to go start look at give them visa fees, access to the island here too. So we're gonna have to start our eyes open for transshipment possibilities, either of the drug itself or the cash or goods, something. And we also have visa fee access to Mexico. So you see, you put these people in your space. Constantly, they are thinking of how they can take over. How they can. That fentanyl. Look at we blacks in America went through in the 80s to early 90s. The crack epidemic. And guess what? The fentanyl epidemic is like crack on steroids, man. It's way more dangerous. And guess what? It is being facilitated. But the authorities now realize that, you know, somebody is benefiting who should not be benefiting. Right. So in other words, they find not only should not be benefiting, but they realize now the warfare behind it. Yeah, because the Chinese is now trying to destroy them from within. They do the same thing to us business-wise. Destroy us from within. You come in, set up shop. We have no Jamaican has ever, you know, attack them or anything for having business in Jamaica. People go and support them. Right? All right. Clear, because I think there's a part in it about donating money to politicians as well. Continue.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars at a time. 10s, 20s, 50s, and hundreds wrapped in rubber bands from drug traffickers supplied by the Sinaloa cartel. These couriers would take that money, count it, package it, and deposit it in bank accounts set up in their own names and in others' names, depositing small amounts over and over again to avoid the bank's reporting requirements.
And meanwhile, the CDC says fentanyl is the driving source of drug overdoses in the United States. Last year, John, more than 75,000 people died from opioids alone. Back to you.
Quite an elaborate scheme.
So you see,
CBN's Tara Merger, thank you so much, Tara. Well, from flooding fentanyl across the southern border to undue political influence, one investigative journalist is accusing China's Communist Party of working to undermine America from within. CBN's Gary Lane has a story.
4 different hacks that you could implement.
All right, so it's not a case where who is benefiting mainly. It's not in the crack epidemic. The whites were benefiting. They were the top dog in it. Yeah, the Mexicans or Colombians make a bag of money, but it's nothing compared to what the whites made out of it.
Kind of one gun.
Yeah, they were the main. The few blacks who were in the drug trade, you hear as much black man who they make some good money out of their job. But really, they were really just peddlers,
Right.
We still were at the bottom of that chain. You had major transshipment in Jamaica and whatever run by whoever who them bust up that now and send them to prison and things. But they were only in transshipment. In other words, their role was just take it, receive it from point A, facilitate it moving into point A. That's all. The man who was making the money was still the top dogs. But it seemed like the top dog in this one, the fentanyl thing now, is the Chinese.
Gun one gun.
So I mean, well, don't think you're going to put them in your space and they play fear. Yeah, what you say?
So like, just to say that, you know what I mean, the Chinese is just following the oppressor. You know what I mean? Like I say, the crack epidemic, the real people behind it was the oppressor. You know what I mean? Behind the coke manufacturing and them thing there. Them that make the big money and fight. Now the Chinese just a try, you know what I mean, the same formula with the oppressor use. But now, you know what I mean, it's a big problem to the oppressor because now he's the one that at the other end of the stick. He's the one suffering from the fentanyl now. You know what I mean?
Yes, but the Chinese also have a strategy behind it. They're using it. Remember, there was a strategy behind the crack epidemic. It was used to destroy us. The Chinese is now using it to destroy them from within. So they are realizing this, and because I don't want you're going to see it come out in the tape, why certain administration not being so tough on the Chinese. Play it.
The danger China poses from cybersecurity hacks to the fentanyl crisis. In his book, Blood Money, Why the Powerful Turn a Blind Eye While China Kills Americans, author Peter Schweizer makes the argument that the communist leadership is at war with America, sowing chaos and death without firing a shot.
China has a strategy, they call it disintegration warfare, that says, look, we don't want to have a kinetic fighting war with the United States because that would lead to all kinds of disruption and damage in China. So we're going to try to beat them by not going to war, but by undermining them nonetheless.
Schweizer sees the Chinese Communist Party employing the tactics of ancient military strategist Sun Tzu. In The Art of War, he teaches an enemy can be defeated without having to fight.
They're doing this by sowing social chaos in the United States. They're literally killing Americans with fentanyl. The Mexican cartels are the junior partners. This is a Chinese operation. And they are engaging in other activities that are designed to tear America apart. And it seems to be working.
As fentanyl has continued to pour across the U.S. southern border, the CDC reports that in 2023 alone, the drug led to the deaths of more than 112,000 Americans. Schweizer writes that this ongoing crisis can only continue through political corruption. He claims to have found a link between gang leader Zhang Anli, also known as White Wolf, and the Biden family.
White Wolf has a business partner who gave the Bidens in 2017 a $5 million forgivable loan that the Bidens have never repaid. So you literally have 1 degree of separation between the first family of the United States and this poisonous fentanyl trade.
Schweizer believes this could be a reason why President Biden has not been more aggressive in confronting China on the fentanyl issue.
We need to remember that the bribery and corruption statutes in the United States say even if the actual politician doesn't get a dime, if his family member profits, that in and of itself is corruption.
Schweizer alleges China has financial ties with members of both major political parties in the United States, including outgoing Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Schweizer writes that McConnell's wife and former Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao owns a shipping company called Foremost Shipping, which has grown and expanded due to its Chinese business connections.
If Mitch McConnell as a senator were to do or say something that particularly angered Beijing, they could destroy the family shipping business overnight. That's the kind of leverage they have and the kind of leverage that they use.
As to the allegations, a spokesperson stated that Chao had not been involved with her family's business for over 40 years and deemed the allegations as spurious and deliberately malicious. According to Schweizer, his most surprising discovery is the involvement of 2 Chinese billionaires in inciting this division and chaos. He argues that Roy Singham, the founder of ThoughtWorks, and Joe Tsai, the co-founder of Alibaba, have invested millions in radical cultural causes, such as the transgender movement. Alibaba is a Chinese e-commerce company similar to Amazon.
But unlike Amazon in the United States, this is a business that's closely wedded to the Chinese government. What's troubling about these actions is not only their support of the cause, but the fact that they don't actually advocate for these causes in China itself, which leads me to believe that they see it more as a disruptive force in American society than something that they actually embrace as a belief system.
What can be done? Schweizer believes the country must first deal with Chinese political influence in Washington. After that, Americans need to be aware of what is going on. He says if people stay informed and are equipped, they can win this war for American hearts and minds. Gary Lane, CBN News.
In other news, the heat.
All right, pause that. I think that's the end of the fentanyl thing there. So you see, this is, they are oppressor too. When you read the book of Judges and mainly Judges, you see where Moab also oppress us. Right? They at some point and the Most I have not forgotten any of those. As far back as it was, the Most I still remember. And they are still going to pay. All right. Give me Revelation. What was it again? Revelation 6 with the horse. I think it was the red horse or pale horse to unleash war and the things are there.
Revelation 6 and 4. Kind of one concept.
Right. Give me Revelation chapter 6 and 4.
God, one kind. The book of Revelation.
Hold on. So while they are saying that, we are stupid to allow them to come into our space and do business, it would have been best if they had not taken advantage of coming in our space. Because the revenge will not be taken by us. So when I read this, and then in the find also Officer Kairon, vengeance is mine. Read this, Officer Arayana.
Gun.
Okay. The book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
All right, so the one with the great sword now we know is the public enemy number one, the major oppressor. But guess who else have that great sword? Moab have it too. Right? That great sword being that atomic bomb. Moab have it too. So you see what is happening, the silent war with them and this if you want to call it a latent war with them and the Chinese with this fentanyl thing. It's a war nonetheless. Because who is dying? It's not so much the Chinese taking these fentanyl, it's a bag of white people.
Right.
Right? But whichever group they would target would be dying nonetheless, because if the black community should ever become target, the blacks will be dying like hell, just like in the crack epidemic. But their target this time now probably is a reply. It's trying to weaken them from within for their role that they will be playing in the Taiwan affair. Who knows? That's not our business. The most I say, I'm going to make them kill make war with one another and kill one another.
Right.
So them coming in our space to do business and we allowing them. I mean, that we allow them really, because we are not governing ourselves. So it's whoever is governing us, the oppressor, whoever is oppressing us, is allowing them to come into our space. Right. So, I mean, what they are talking about being we being stupid. Like a sad mistake. If we think it's stupid, we're stupid. Are we being the foolish set of people? Whichever country you find the Israelites, they are being oppressed. Mexico, Israelites as well, but guess what? They are being oppressed. There was a time when the Mexicans control the Yucatan Peninsula then. The Puerto Ricans were rich. But now they are being oppressed. It's not fool while they are being oppressed. Wars were made against them. When the Americans took California and Texas from the Mexicans, they did it by warfare. Actual battle, they went out there and fought them and took it. When they took over the Levites, who were the Asians, they did it by war. They did it by warfare. All right, give me the other scripture.
Romans 12 and 19. Officer Arya Alayabi.
God on Khan, sir. The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
So, I mean, You coming in our space, setting up business, calling us stupid and fools and whatever. You know who the revenge is gonna come from? God.
God one can.
It probably would have been better off if it was we taking the revenge against you. But God said, nah, he will take the revenge. Vengeance is his. He will repay. So all of you coming in our space and set up business, you're setting up business for the Israelites.
Right.
Pretty soon, they are going to become your boss. You are going to report to them. Then he will repay. That's what he's telling you. And there is no, he's the God of the living, not the God of the dead. So don't think that these repayment is going to happen. You die and go to heaven and you're getting any reward. And that's not what this is talking about. It's a God of the living. Yeah, but we can close with that one. That one and gather yourself together. Line up them two there, we can close with those. He's the God of the living. And vengeance is and gather Zephaniah 2:1. No? Gather yourself together.
God one can.
Because many of us, we have a lot of people who work with these other nations. We work with them, we see them performing their ritual with their idols and things. And many of us believe that because they become so rich and things, it is their idols that is making them rich. And we are afraid to associate with each other because these nations have their idols, and you working with them and seeing them, with their idols, believing that they have power in their idols, which in a way, their power is really in the oppression that they have over you. The fact that you are able to give them your labor for little and nothing, that is what is making them rich, not these idols, right? The fact that they are able to launder some drug money and things, see, that's what making them rich, not no idol. All right, which one you have ready?
Gather yourself together.
No, man.
Which other one you say?
Give me the other one first.
Which one that, sir?
Judges.
What it says again?
Judges how much? Judges how much? Yeah, you hear me?
Judges what?
So, like you said, you wanted Judges, sir.
Judges. No, I didn't tell her the book. I tell her what I said the scripture was supposed to be again.
But the area said the revenge and Zephaniah, but I never hear another one.
Yeah, there was another one.
Okay, so like you sir, I never hear that one.
What was the other one again? Officer YAHANNA.
So, like you said, before you mentioned Zephaniah, you was talking about going to the book of Judges, other one.
No, I'm not going to the book of Judges. I was talking what did I say about it?
I'm just referencing the book you mentioned, sir.
You talk about the one about Moab resting on it, settling on its lease.
Well, we can't touch that.
Can one can. Jeremiah 48:11.
So, like, do you want Jeremiah first, other one?
Can.
Can. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 48, and verse 11. Moab hath been at ease from his youth, and he hath settled on his lease, and have not emptied from vessel to vessel, neither has he gone into captivity. Therefore his therefore his taste remained in him, and his scent is not changed.
Right. So even though they were for a short period of time was oppressed, some of them was being oppressed by the Japanese. They have not lost their identity. They have not lost their culture. Right? As the scripture said, they have not lost it. What his taste is still in him, and his scent not changed. He has not lost his culture.
God.
Right? Read on.
God. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send unto him wanderers, that shall cause him to wander, and shall empty his vessel, and break their bottles.
So in other words, because of he was settling on his lease, so him start, him start oppressing other people, him start becoming terrible. And he started doing things that he shouldn't be doing against the Most High's people. So God knows he's going to take revenge on him. How is he going to do it? He's going to start to empty his vessel and break him. In other words, more captivity. And the amount of nuclear bomb you have not going to stop it. As a matter of fact, since that Ukraine war, there's so much money being spent on nuclear facilities across the world. America alone spent some $50 billion on their nuclear facility. All the nuclear nations increase their nuclear spending. Why? They know it's coming.
Right.
Yeah. They can see that red horse that is taking away peace from the face of the earth. But you know what we are to do in the meantime? Maybe to Zephaniah. Because the Most High does leave an instruction where what we should be doing in these last days. Read on.
Khan. Verse 13.
Salakia, Zephaniah 2:1, yeah?
Khan. Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That is what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to gather ourselves together. That's what God has commanded us in these last days.
Right.
Right. So with that, we ain't gonna pay much attention to them more than we blast them, leave them alone, and then we gather ourselves together. They can continue thinking that we are stupid. And we are the most stupid people. You know what's a good thing? A couple of years from now, somebody is going to be looking at you more of the same way. And guess what? It's gonna be true. Your actions are not going to be like you're stupid. Because you'll be a destroyed set of people. All right, so with that, pass the class, passing to Uno. Officer Arayala.
Khan, clap it up. These are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3 and 8 to 10 means a tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ayashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering, offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is October. I'm not sure of the precise date. Other one is October. I believe that's the feast of the memorial of blowing trumpets. A reminder, Kiamanakwas, to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to speak the Lord's Prayer first in the Hebrew, then in the English. Men of Israel, I Madiam.
All right, we can just say the Lord's Prayer and close out, okay?
Time. Sa, which means turn, we're going to turn and face the east for the Lord's Prayer, first in the Hebrew, then in the English. Abba Noah.
Abba.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwatka.
Malakwatka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Aisha.
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 Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashamayim.
Washamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathan Lanoah.
Nathan Lanoah.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Taliwam.
Taliwam.
Wasalak Lanoah.
Wasalak Lanoah.
Kawabwas Noah.
Kawabwas Noah.
Kasalak Noah.
Kasalak.
Kawabwas Yanoah.
Kawabwas Yanoah.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Sabaya Noah.
Sabaya.
Banasayawan.
Banasaya.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashai Noah.
Awashai Noah.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Waha'Allah.
Waha'Allah.
Wa'athapa Arath.
Wa'athapa Arath.
Wa'aywalam Yam.
Aywalam.
Aman.
Aman. In English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom and the power.
For thine is the kingdom and the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be it. Men of Israel, Sa, which means turn. We're going to turn and face Officer Al-Badawan. One courtesy salute, men of Israel, I Madiam. I Madiam Shabbat. I Madiam Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
How about you want to shine like a thumb?
Sa, which means turn and face the sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israelite Mariam. I Mariam Shabbat. I Mariam. Barak. Yahweh Shema Eladan Ba'ashim Yahushai. Yad Yamata. Class dismissed. So what other one, Yum? You thumb.
Yeah, but Shem
Yeah, about you want to shine like a thumb.
All right, sir. Close out from here.
Yeah, the close out from here. I have access to closing.
Okay.
All right, remember we have a meeting. Can start like what? Maybe about 30 minutes time or so.
Yeah, can.
Send the link to Cap.
All right, sir.
All right, shalom. Yabashim Shakata.
Yabashim Shakata. All right, with that, like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? If you have questions, just leave it in the chat. Shalom.
Man, these niggas talk hard like this, act like they up to switch whole time, man, they won't even diss. DNA check, found that you make it look easy. Yeah. I did my earnest through the furnace. They've lifted all my burdens, pay tithes on all my earnings. I hate fake Jews like Germans. Got a bad bitch that's fertile. Keep her wetter than a swirtle. War scars and golden girdles. Get that shit poppin' like colonels, nigga. Cause I'm running with the generals. Out here in these streets, I be talking shit in general. But if the truth hurts, nigga, wear that bitch. Crib niggas out here and they mad I'm rich. I got 4 wives, nigga, better than a bitch. And they all wanna share that dick. I'ma probably get checked for that shit, but I just wear the crown and what comes with it. I go rip retarded, I go dumb with it. Man, this rap shit, I thought that you was done with it. Man, I just pop up and have fun with it. So who want it? If you want it, you could come get it. And if you stepping up, then you better come with it. Cause I've been about that action. God raised me a captain at the foot of the Baptist. And you know I get active, niggas know I get active. In my father's house, I'm trying to find me a mansion. Flip my pennies, domain expansion. My hymen kick them out if these niggas is lacking in sincerity and that true zeal and passion. Better check it in my city before I catch you slacking. Better run me that cover before I let you back. It's the home of the truth, that's the end of the cap. And it's the